Hello guys, welcome to eerified.
This is where the place we talk about everything supernatural. And today we have Amanda. Hi Amanda, do you want to introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hi guys, my name is Amanda Love. If you guys know me, you know me. If you don't, it's okay also, you know. But yes, I'm a content creator, singer-songwriter, if you guys know me. But yeah, follow me if you have, I don't know,
Yeah, IG, follow her. She sings very well, by the way, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, before we start, let's have a bit of backstory. Actually, I mean, I mean, I would say we're friends for like a very long time.
Got 10 years already, I think.
More than 10
Oh my
years.
god, more than that.
More than 10
We're
years
old.
already. We're old. And because we were from the same college, and recently we got to reconnect again because somehow because of eerified actually.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So, and she told me that she has a lot of stories to share. So I'm like, girl, you gotta come up. We gotta reunite. We gotta talk about it.
Honestly, yeah, I was like looking at the whole entire page, and I have a secret as well.
Okay, I'm excited for the secret. But okay, before we proceed, I want to ask this question. I ask this to all of my guests. Okay, I'm pretty sure you have experienced something, or you at least believe in something supernatural. That's why you're here. So before you actually have all these instances or experiences, do you actually believe in supernatural stuff?
100%.
Okay, wonder why do you, okay? Because a lot of people, there will be, especially like, I mean, she's kind of like an angmo girl, you know, like the English kind of girl. So I would assume that you are not so into this. So why do you believe that? Is there anything that happened?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think because when Oops.
So, it's okay.
Oopsie daisy. Yeah.
She's like he's excited too.
I know. Sorry about that. Yeah. When I was really, I mean, I grew up in a Christian family, so they always tell us stories about like demons and angels and everything. But I didn't think that it was real until I think I saw my first ghost.
Is that one of the stories they're gonna share?
Yeah. And then subsequently after that, I realized like throughout my life, I think I have this sense where I can sense spirits. I can't necessarily see them, but I do have the ability to feel things that, like sometimes even like just falling sick, and then after I leave that area, I realize, oh, I'm okay, like completely fine. So that's when I realized like, oh, I think.
Okay. But do you feel right here?
No.
Oh no, don't scare me.
Yeah, so you know, Guan can come back. He doesn't need to be scared anymore.
but okay, just a frank question. How do you feel about our studio?
I actually think it's really cozy. It's freezing, which is great because Malaysia is so hot.
Yeah, especially recently.
I know, I cannot take this.
Okay, yeah, since it's a very cozy place, then I think we shall go into our first story.
Oh,
how it all started.
The origin story.
Yeah, on to you.
So my family is actually from, my mom's from Penang, my dad's from Kedah. But my dad's side, so basically they have this, they call it, you know, like the kedai ubat, where it's like in front is a kedai, at the back is where you stay. Like there's an actual proper house.
Yes.
So it's like your heritage house kind, one on top, one below.
Okay.
But the entire house is very old. So you're talking about like 3-4 generations in there. A lot of people have come and gone.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Come and gone.
Like so but I didn't know this because I was really young. I think I was only maybe primary school, like that.
That was your actual house. You actually lived there, is it?
No. This is my dad's house.
Oh, your dad's house.
Like
okay,
childhood home and everything, grandparents' place and everything.
But you lived there, no?
No, so we always go back very often. So because I'm very close to my grandparents and everything. But I didn't know that it was. I didn't know the history or anything because I was too young and everything. But I think this was probably maybe Chinese New Year, or I'm not even sure what occasion. But our family, if we come back, a lot of us come back. And then different families will stay in different homes, in different rooms, sorry. And then my family specifically will stay upstairs, the living room. So we have like, you know, the tilam?
Yeah.
You know, like stack and everything
old
like
days.
that. Yeah, good old days. So I think in that particular night, I just couldn't sleep. And then I think I like pusing.
Yeah.
And then at the edge, so you know, like the living room is just a square kan, and then over here is a wall already, you know.
Okay.
But the thing is, at the edge, I saw a little girl like this.
Oh my god.
She was just like this looking at me.
Wait, you saw it at the wall?
Yeah, so I was sleeping, like my tilam is all the way inside, but there's a wall over here where the staircase is.
Ah, okay, I understand.
So it's the corridor lah.
So that's actually a gap, like, you know.
Yeah, there's a corridor or walkway. So then this little girl was like, hey. But I thought it was my cousin.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Is that your cousin?
So I thought it was my cousin. So I started playing with her, like from afar. I was just like, what do you want? I was just like, what are you doing? And she just did not move. She just stared at me. So I was just like, whatever lah. So I went back to bed, right? The next morning, I like smacked my cousin. I was like, what are you doing? Why didn't you sleep last night? She's like, what are you talking about? I slept the whole night. I was like, you didn't come out to go to the toilet or whatever? She's like, no. And that was when I was like, oh, okay. Maybe that was not my cousin. But what did I saw? So I told my dad, and then my dad was like, okay, maybe it's time, you know, like actually a lot of people died in this house before. But he only told me last year.
Oh, last year?
He only told me last year. But this thing happened when I was like really young. I told my mom, but my mom was just like, yeah, she kind of suspected there was something in there, but she just didn't really pursue it. But till now, my parents still remember the story, and only last year he told me like, yeah, actually a lot of people died in that house.
Okay, before I ask further, how did the girl look like? The girl?
She literally looked like a young girl. I can't see her body because it was behind.
Oh
it was just the hands and the head, just peeking through like this, right? But I really thought it was my cousin because like she was skinny and she had like medium length hair, but that's it. That's all I remember.
But do you not recognize? I mean, if it's your cousin, you would have recognized her, right?
Yeah, but then that's the thing. But maybe because I was so young, I could not really picture like a complete picture. But then as I grew older, the encounters become clearer as well. So that's when I realized like what I actually do see are not really actual clear pictures. They're actually just like shadows.
I see. That's true. There's a lot of our guests in the past, they actually also say that a lot of times when they see something like that, it's usually in the form of like shadow.
It's shadows. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just so scary.
I mean, that's really creepy enough. I cannot imagine at night you're sleeping and someone is just speaking at you like that. Like,
yeah, but I didn't know.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm glad that you didn't know, or else you were freaked out.
Yeah.
But your dad said that a lot of people, come and go. Who were these people who come and go in the house?
I think
was it your family members, bloodline, or is it like other people?
Actually, yeah. I think what my dad mentioned was that his grandma also passed away over there. Because I think back then, medicine wasn't really great or whatever. And it's a very small town in Kedah, and nobody really. It's not really a developed place. It's a place called Padang Serai. So I think back then people were also not very rich as well. So if people do pass away, it's not really in the hospital, it's at home. So a lot of relatives used to stay there as well. So I don't know who was actually the person. Yeah, I still don't know. It's still a mystery.
Was there any history that you heard of, like someone from your family in the past that died really young?
Yeah, I think my dad's brother was very young when he passed away, but I forgot what the reason was. So I don't even know if there might be like a little girl from the past or whatever, but both my grandparents have passed away, so can't ask them.
I see. Oh, okay. That's a very, I don't want to say a good start, but
yeah, I don't know her.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good start where, for a first timer, at least she didn't come to you at your face and things like that.
No, I think most spirits are harmless because they're just passing by.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but after reading a few things, apparently they're just like leftover energy. Yeah, so they're not here to kacau you. They're just here to like remember some things, I guess.
Oh my god, that actually sounds quite sad.
Yeah.
They just, because they miss some of the things that they used to have when they were alive, so they just go back to the place and reminisce.
Just visit.
Yeah. Okay, that was a great start. So you say this is definitely your first experience. Then as you grow older, more more stuff came.
Yeah.
So what is the other one?
The second story, I didn't see anything, but I was very sick. So we had a gathering at a Airbnb. There's a really, really big Airbnb, but it was also up the hill. And this is like a place that they specifically rent out for parties and stuff like that, for people to, you know, have gatherings and everything. But it was up in a hill and it was very eerie.
Is it a hill that everyone goes to or not?
I don't think so. There's barely any residents over there. God also, it's like maybe people who just come and go, or like it's a holiday home or something like that. So for some reason, the second I got there, I already felt sick. And the whole night, I just didn't feel settled. Like even if I sit down here, or if I try to change location and like lie down in the bed or anything, it just did not felt right. And my room specifically had a black moth right outside, and I was just like, is this a sign? Then I didn't think much about it, but I was just like, oh, it's okay. But no matter how I toss and turn, I just felt so sick. I feel like vomiting for some reason. But I realized that throughout my life, when I was younger, whenever I feel this kind of sickness, it's because something dirty is there. Yeah.
So it's not actually you are sick, you know.
Yeah. But then it was more like it was only after the next morning, my friends all they felt fine, and they were all like still swimming around and stuff like that. But I told them, I said, I think I cannot stay here. Something is just telling me this place is not right. So I said, guys, I'm gonna leave. It was only after I left the place like 500 meters out of that area, suddenly my headache was gone, the nausea was gone, the fever was gone, and I was like, wait, then it all clicked.
Oh, but how do you like, how does it feel to like suddenly it's gone? Like how did it feel?
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it just felt like everything was lifted.
That is interesting because we also had a guest who shared a very similar stories where she talked about her friend. She was very sick, she was like very sick and all. Then after that, they went to a temple. They just prayed to the temple, and then the moment they got back up to the car, the friend felt okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
energy.
Yeah,
it's
energy.
truly energy. Yeah.
No, things like that are so hard to explain.
Yeah, that was just one of the incidents where I felt very, very sick, and after that, when I felt better, I knew that place was just not right. I think a lot of people have stories about, you know, Bukit Tinggi.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one I didn't. I felt a little bit eerie as well, but I didn't felt sick. But definitely we had a few encounters where if you actually stay in the, is it called Kelly's Castle?
No, I don't think so. I think Kelly's Castle is in Ipoh. Ipoh, is it?
Is it Ipoh? I don't know.
Perak lah, not Ipoh lah. I don't know.
So anyway, I
might
stayed
be
in
wrong.
the castle.
You stayed in the castle.
The hotel castle thing.
Bukit Tinggi.
Is it Bukit Tinggi?
Is it a French?
That French thing.
Okay, sorry, I named it. But
my geography failed.
Yeah,
this is why SPM did not pass. So
tak apa, not important.
Yeah, I remember I stayed I think one night over there, and I remember specifically it was a weekday, so there wasn't many guests, right? But for some reason, there were kids running up and down, screaming, and like
in the hotel
at like 3 a.m. Yeah, and at first we were like, let's just ignore it. So like at that point of time, I was, still with my ex. So my ex was like, don't say anything. We did not speak about it. We didn't even look at each other. Even when we had dinner, we did not mention it at all. But we knew. We just didn't bother talking about it. But I think at some point, because it was really late, we were very exhausted, and he was so angry. He was just like, "Oi, shut up!"
Serious
And it really just stopped.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then after that, I think the next day, when we checked out, when we drove after 500 meters away, then we were like, so about last time. Then he's like, yeah, I know.
So when you say you heard kids screaming and running, like literally screaming, like the kids like that, at 3 a.m.
And it literally just stopped the second night. So I guess, ghosts also can be scared if you yell at them.
Yeah. I mean, technically it's true because people always say that, ghosts are worried about. I mean, the ghosts are scared of fierce people. That's why, especially like when you have like very thick eyebrows, when you have when you have a strong face, I feel like those things will be scared.
They'll be scared?
Yeah. Do you know how
I know.
heard of it before?
Really?
Yeah.
Was there an incident where like there's an angry person and then they get scared?
Okay. Okay. Technically, I'm not sure if this is related, but I think I shared this story before. So my uncle, he was in this hotel.
Okay.
So my uncle is like he's really like fierce looking one. Yeah. He looks like I'm not sure if you know Guan Gong.
Yes.
Guan Gong is like
yes.
the Chinese god lah. Yeah.
Insert photo here.
Insert photo here. But yes, my uncle looks like he had got this Guan Gong looking face, and then same thing. But this is worse because he was sleeping in his room, and then he heard someone showering in the hotel. How in the world you living alone but you heard people showering in the toilet?
Now I'm scared.
And then so he was so annoyed, like someone was making a noise inside the toilet, so he just like freaking just slammed the door. And he's like, blah, all the XO all come out.
Right.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just silence.
Stops.
Whoa.
So I feel like you never know about this. Seriously.
No, I didn't know. Like, okay, so I guess because we talked about energies and stuff like that, so as long as the person like has that energy, then it will also like cancel it out, is it?
So. But I like the fact that you actually mentioned about energy, because I feel like a lot of people, okay, this is just my belief. A lot of people just think that ghosts are actually like ghosts.
Yeah,
but
no,
they're actually a kind of like frequency, a kind of energy.
Yeah. But I think that's not really that's just more of the minor stories. I think my most major and most recent one.
Oh,
is
most
like,
recent.
Yeah, okay, maybe not that recent,
okay.
But like I think it's just the last encounter that I finally saw something, which is the shadows.
Okay.
Was when I put 2 and 2 together from my first story, right? So I realized then and there you don't actually see. I mean, some people are very. I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate. They can see clear pictures, but it was my first time in my adulthood that I've actually seen the shadow properly. I remember at that time I was still studying in London, and there was a theater in London where you can watch movies and stuff like that, but a very small cinema, almost as small as this room. So it's really small and intimate, right? And at that point, I was like, okay, let's just go early because I'm cold. I want to sit in and just like keep myself warm. So there wasn't anybody in the cinema except for me and my friend. And literally no one beside us. Lights were all on. So we were talking, chit-chatting, and out of nowhere, I saw something pass by. And it was a guy, it was a hooded man, like a hoodie, and he was walking like this, like walking past, just like...
So how he walked past you?
He was just literally walking like this, like, like walking past just like in a hoodie. He had his hood on and everything. But it was a shadow. So, but it was because it was so clear that it was a shadow, I freaked out and I...
Oh shit, he knows you saw him.
And that's the problem. He knew I saw him, he turned around and he looked at me. And I was like... And then my friend was like, what happened? And I was just like, nothing.
So wait, so the figure is a very solid, dark figure.
It was a solid dark shadow.
A dark shadow.
Yeah.
But is it like see-through, or is it like translucent?
I don't think it was see-through. It was definitely a shadow. It was like, but you can tell that it was not a solid figure per se. It was kind of like here, not there. But it was definitely a hooded man. And I knew that it was those things when it stopped and looked at me, and I was just like, don't say anything, because we were gonna watch Annabelle.
Wait, a play of Annabelle?
No, it was the movie Annabelle.
We
were gonna watch Annabelle, and the movie has not started. So I told my friend nothing. I said, I think I forgot to turn off my microwave or something. I just made up an excuse. But yeah.
How did the movie go?
The movie was great, 10 out of 10. But like, I waited till we walked really far away from the cinema, and then I told my friend, he's like, why didn't you tell me earlier? I was like, would you have continued watching Annabelle if I told you this? He's like, probably not. So.
But I think it's a good thing that you didn't say it right away, because it's better not to mention anything until you actually left the place.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, I think after all the experiences that I had when I was young, I realized like, okay, I'm not offended or I'm not scared of these things, but to be very honest, after I saw that for the first time as an adult, I was quite freaked out because I was like, so I wasn't imagining all these things when I was younger. It was real. Yeah, I had to actually talk to some like friends from church, like some aunties from church, and they said, "Oh, you're definitely gifted, but just maybe you were too tired at that point." So yeah, we talked about energies. Whenever your energy is low, like they call it chi. Whenever your chi is low, you're tired or your energy is low. That's when the veil kind of drops, and that's when you actually get to see something. Yeah.
Do you actually see this stuff when you're tired? When you're feeling like low and tired?
So I think that was the very first time as an adult that it occurred. But since then, I think like, you know, we take care of ourselves a little bit more now. So I don't really see it as often anymore, or actually not at all. But I do sometimes feel that, you know, that sickness thing. Yeah.
Until now, you still feel it?
When I'm in a very, very uncomfortable place. Yeah. Like,
but are you certain? Are you certain that it was because of those things that make you feel that way, or it's just purely just because you don't like the vibe of the place?
No, I really do feel extremely sick, and then after you leave, and that's when you feel like straight away okay. It's like, it's a very weird feeling. If you get a migraine, you don't suddenly get okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never experienced something like that before, and I'm glad I don't, and I hope I don't. I will not ever. But okay, what about, since you have all this ability, like you can go in and you can feel if the vibe is not good or not. You can feel something like that. Have you ever experienced where you are like, I mean, we all have been abroad, you know. Have you ever experienced stepping into a new place, like a new rented flat and stuff like that, and you felt not good about it?
Yes, I've actually went to, because my mom is a property agent, so we sometimes have to follow her into like different houses sometimes. I remember stepping into one of the house, and for some reason at the corner of the house there was a present. You know like a radar. So I feel like I'm just like a walking radar. Like I can feel like, oh, here, this area here, this corner here has something, and then I'll look, but I can't see anything. But I just know that something is there.
Yes, there are times that like you will feel that.
Yeah.
But were you a child back then?
No, I'm pretty sure I was like maybe in college already at that point. Yeah. So it was very clear to me that I am a walking human radar. But just, you know, I guess fortunately I can't see. Yeah. I've known some people who have the ability to see and cannot differentiate. So I think that has disrupted their life quite a fair bit. So I'm actually glad that I get to be a little bit more normal than others. So I am fortunate. Yeah.
But did that actually affected any parts of your life? Has this ability affected you in any ways, or you are like scared of? Are you like scared of Are you afraid of doing something because? The Hungry Ghost month is coming soon. Will you be extra sensitive during those times?
I'm actually not sure. That's a very good question, actually. Maybe I would be a little bit more cautious. Like, I think there are some things that, you know, Malaysians very pantang. When we go to hotels, we knock the door before we go in, or I don't know. Some people say don't sleep. My auntie is super superstitious. Okay. She'd be like, don't sleepy throw your slippers around when you go into the hotel, or don't straight away jump on the bed, or like flush the toilet before you use it.
Yeah, I do that though, actually.
Yeah, so I think precautions are taken, but I'm not too worried about it. I've been quite blessed, so not disrupted by it. So I actually feel like I'm very, very blessed. But I do feel for some people who, you're right, some people get disrupted by like this kind of ability.
Because they are worried, when they are more cautious when they do things like that, you know. Okay, so I mean, just now you talk about something related to theater, right? So I'm just gonna tell a story because I just something came into my mind, and I feel like this is a very sweet story, sometimes horror, when it comes to like seeing spirits, especially seeing spirits, or how do you say, like usually people always say that when you see a spirit, you start from someone that you know. Oh. Yeah, from maybe like people who passed, your relative or anyone who passed away that's very close to you.
Right.
But sometimes it is not the case. And I will tell you this story because I personally felt very touched by this story, and I heard this story online from a podcast that I always listen to. So this guy, let's call him Jimmy. Jimmy. Yeah, that's not his real name lah. So Jimmy is a stage actor lah, theatre actor. So
wait, is this Malaysia?
No, it's actually in Singapore.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's a Singaporean story. But yeah, he's a theatre actor lah. So he has this friend that's very close to him, and at the same time, he's also very close to the family. So especially to the mother.
Okay.
So the mother is like always like how do you say say that I really want to see you on stage, or you're having this play, I want to see you on stage and stuff like that. So but unfortunately he has this one play that he's going to do, but the friend's mother actually got sick.
Oh no.
Yeah, got sick, and then so she was very sick, and unfortunately she passed away before the stage happened. So this guy, Jimmy, when he was performing on stage, right? So after you finish the show, there will be like standing ovation, and everyone is like clapping. Okay, no, before the standing ovation, when he was performing, he can already saw one figure that is very, very familiar.
No.
Yeah, it's very familiar. So it's like, okay, being professional, he just continue, because he knows it's impossible that that person could be there. But anyway, he just finished his show, and then when the show is done, everyone is like standing ovation and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he can clearly see there's one lady there standing there, but she's not doing anything. She was just standing there. She's not clapping, because I was standing ovation, everyone's clapping, right?
Wait, but can he see her?
Yeah, that's the thing. This is something that I also want to talk about. Anyway, he saw her, and then she's just standing there, but she's not clapping, but she was smiling.
Oh.
And then but of course after that he went home. After that, he only had the realization that the lady was the friend of the mother.
Oh.
The friend's mother.
The friend's mom.
Yeah, the friend's mom. And this is something that he talked about in the show. He's like, things are something like that are very, very, I would say, magical, because there were so many people in the stage, at the theater, at the audience seat. But why would you specifically see her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were chosen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because she wants him to see her. And I feel like, how do you say that? They have this, when that people always say that when you see a ghost, when you see a certain ghost, it's because you have 有緣分. Yeah, 有緣分. Like got fate with this particular.
Oh my god, you just remind me of something that very recently happened to me.
It's
too.
okay. You can tell me later.
Yeah. Because it's very much.
Similar.
You're right. You were chosen to see that person.
So like, what are the odds? So many people in the audience, and you see her.
Yeah.
And that's what I say. Love is not just in family. It can go across more than family.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this mother, the friend's mother, is like doted him a lot, to the point that she really wants to see
That's
him
like
on
a last
stage.
goodbye.
Yeah,
Right?
and the fact that the friend is not even there, but the mother went all the way there, and spirits cannot do anything. Spirits can just stand there.
They just exist.
Yeah, they just exist. So like he mentioned that she's not doing anything. She's not clapping, but she was just smiling.
Yeah.
And it touches me so much, because like still bond are not built by just bloodline.
Yeah.
It's really built by relation, how you connect with a certain people.
Like when you feel bonded with that person, it's for life.
Yeah, so that's a very sweet story I just want to share lah. So in the future, if you see a ghost of some other people, please don't be afraid, because maybe they're just here, maybe they know you but you don't know them. They just want to be here to see you. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but yeah, that's the story that I want to tell. That's the moral of the story lah. Yeah. What about you? You say there's something that's very similar.
No, I think when you mentioned that, I recently just lost my my tayi, so my eldest auntie. She's basically my
sorry.
No, it's fine. She's been suffering from cancer for many years now. And in the past year, we've been trying to go back as often as possible to kind of just spend as much time with her. But I remember specifically we got news from the group chat saying that, so the doctor said this is gonna be, anytime, like in the next few days. So we were like, okay. So every day I'm like checking up on my cousin, on my auntie, and like, how is she, everything like that, right? And then he's like, yeah, she's fine, but you can clearly tell that she's just, at like 1% battery. Sad to say, yeah. But for some reason, that one night, I remember going to sleep. Like, I was literally tired, I went to sleep. But in the middle of the night, like 2, 3 a.m., I suddenly woke up and I felt anxious. But I don't know why. I just felt so anxious, and I was like, okay, you know what, it's okay. Maybe it's just your anxiety. I'm gonna go back to sleep, right? Like I said, a lot of times when these things happen, these supernatural things happen, I don't realize it until after the fact, which is sometimes a bit too late. At that point, you just don't know. But when I tried to go back to sleep, all I saw was my auntie, and she was like in her deathbed. And I started crying. But I don't know why. I just felt like, oh, maybe I'm just thinking too much, right? And then when I woke up, I was like, wait, please don't tell me today is the day, right? So I quickly checked and I was like, hey, like, how is she? And they're like, yeah, she's fine, blah, blah, blah. This was in the morning, right? And then I went to work. I felt so uneasy. I told my colleagues that I had this dream, or not even a dream. It was just like,
it was so real.
It was like a vision, right? And then they were like, but was there any update from the family? I'm like, not yet. So they were like, then I think it's fine, right? I was wrong because in the late afternoon they were like, oh, she's gone. Yeah, and I was like, did I just saw her for the last time? Did she came to visit me for the last time? Because she was completely just out of it. But she managed to wake up at the very last minute, and she said like she wanted to see her sons. But
she woke up. So
she woke up to say, I want to see my son. Just, I guess that was the
last wish.
The last wish. But unfortunately, she didn't get to see anyone. There was a caretaker taking care of her. But apparently, a few months before, things got really, really bad, they went to see I don't know if you guys believe the shamans, you know.
Okay. I believe actually. Personally, I believe.
So apparently they predicted that she will pass away without family members nearby. Yeah, so she would not be surrounded by family members. And we only found out at the wake service that, her son told us, like my cousin told me. And I was like, this is so weird. But yeah, I'm glad that I kind of got to say goodbye, but not really. But at the same time, you're right. When even if they're not like your birth mom or whatever, sometimes if you have that connection, or maybe if like, I talked about how when your veil is down, so I guess at that point in time I was sleeping, the veil was down, she came and visit lah, But that's my story, I guess. It's very much connected to...
It's very connected. I feel
yeah.
like, oh my, I mean, it's bittersweet. I feel like, other than you, was there any family members of yours actually had similar dream?
No, because I was so afraid to tell the family that I had this vision, because my aunties are so superstitious. So I kept it to myself until after, we found out that she passed away. And then I told them, and then they were like, wow, you actually saw her. And I was like, yeah. And nobody else did. So I think it's hard to be the only one that has this ability. But it's also like, it's okay. It's something that's not disrupting your life. But it will be very sad when you have to say goodbye to some people.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. I feel like, there must be a reason she chose you lah. Maybe good luck will come. Maybe you had a great luck after that, you never know.
She's a very, very sweet lady. She has suffered for so long, and honestly, all her life she has been suffering. And even until the end, when she finally passed, I think a part of us just felt like, at the very least she's at peace now.
Maybe it's the best out of the worst,
Yeah, that's true.
Like, exactly, things like this, how do you explain, right? You cannot explain.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Love is love.
Yeah, and you can't explain. Dream, and a few hours later, she's gone. Yeah. And just like our show, we're gonna end it now. because our time is up.
Yes.
But we're not gone. We're always gonna be back.
Yeah.
Same for Amanda. Hopefully we can get her back someday.
Maybe I got more ghost stories. Oh
Yeah.
no.
I mean, maybe you can invite someone, you know, or if you have gathered enough stories, you can come back, or you can be our co-host for a special co-host episode. You know.
I would like that. Let's do it. Yeah.
So thank you so much, Amanda,
Thank
for
you so
your
much,
time,
Jam.
sharing us both very creepy and also very heartfelt story, especially the last one, the one about the auntie one.
No, thanks for telling me about that story. Not, I think, even though the passing was so recently, I just forgot about it.
Okay, see, this is the connection. They want us to tell you the story, so we are telling you the story. Anyway, thank you so much. And if you have any stories that you want to share with us, please go to my personal account at JamJen on Instagram or eerified Instagram to drop your story. And if you want to be up, you know, just like Amanda on our show, please let us know you want to be here. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.